My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Challenge the Spire. We're going to be playing Challenge the Spire. Didn't I just say that? Ironclad on boss rush on platinum, no less. Brute machine. Tag bag I think is actually kind of useful, but it's useful later, not right now. Deal 3 damage to all enemies, lose all strength, affected 8 times by strength. You have to use this as a finisher. You can't use it in the course of a fight because you lose all strength. God forbid you put it in a hand with flex. Because then you lose 4 strength at the end of your turn, and that's a permanent loss because your buff was lost by a massacre. I suspect I just take the tag bag and move on. Ooh, Divine Protection. Gain 8 temporary HP at the start of each combat. Nice. Paper Frog. Enemies with vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50%, and then Thunderclap on the cheap. And an uppercut. Okay. This is really bad. This is nothing. This does nothing. Take a Sever Soul literally just as some damage. This is not gonna. We're not even gonna make it through these first 4 bosses probably. Thunderclap does nothing that turn, nor does the bash. Yeah, this deck does absolutely nothing. It does so much nothing. What card would be good in this deck at this point? I'm just gonna have to start attacking as well. What card would be good in this deck at this point? I think there's a card in Conspire that would actually be pretty good. It does 25% extra damage per stack of vulnerable. So just stack the vulnerable high and let it fly. But yeah, like we're just... I keep saying ultimately dead, but we might actually win the Guardian fight. I'm saying before we finish the first 4 bosses. We're just extremely deceased. So what, that's... With the vulnerability, probably 11 damage, and then 12. It's not going to be enough. Well, we got our Memori at least. Fire-breathing Battle Trance. Guess we'll take Battle Trance there. Well, I'll say this much. Good setup for the Hexaghost. We'll use Battle Trance here, actually. Literally just to get us closer to Uppercut. So that the enemy is weakened on this large hitting turn. I'm worried that every turn that I don't attack here is just another nail in my coffin. Okay. Yep, the amount of burns in the deck is not handy. We do have the Sever Soul for getting rid of those, but... Well, imagine finding the Sever Soul on the right turn. Yeah, we're already extremely dead. We came to grips with that ages ago, though, so... At least it's not out of the blue. Thank you, Hexaghost, for your time. I cede the rest of my turns. Spot weakness is always pretty good. Strength ramping in general is just really good. Take a spot weakness, take a twin strike as a way to deal damage in that deck. Limb from Limb. Refund 2 and draw 2 cards is really good. I would need only one spot weakness off before Limb from Limb activates just off of strength. I think for that reason I'll take it. I'm not going to take dropkick though. In fact, I probably just remove a strike, go to the next location, see if there's any better pickups here. Bottled Lightning upon pickup chooses skill, started combat that in opening hand. Okay, let's think about all of the bosses and if they're attacking on the first turn, right? Hexaghost, no. Guardian, no. Slime Boss, no. Next floor, Automaton, no. Collector, no. Champ, yes. Final floor, Awakened one, yes. Dono and Decker, yes. Dono and Decker, Awakened one. Time Eater, possibly. And then the Heart, no. So we don't want to put the spot weakness in our opening hand with the Bottled Lightning. We probably do want block every time we cycle, though. Wasp Nest, every time you lose HP in combat, gain 2 Thorns. I mean, that's really good for the Heart fight and basically nothing else for us, so fine. I think we'll do fine on this first floor. As long as we don't have to rely on spot weakness for this combat in particular. But if I get spot weakness in this hand, I'll be happy about it. I'll say that much. No? Alright. Enemy's exactly 1 away from splitting here. Well, Limb from Limb right now is the best split I have access to, so sure. I'm worried my best play here is actually just get all of those slimes out of the deck. Alright, I'll split the front liner to prevent that incoming damage. There's the extra block this turn, thankfully. One down. Oh, 10 and 10. Well, at the very least we had 2 strikes so we could kill one of those targets. That could have been a lot worse for us. Iron Hammer, during the first turn, drawing a card upgrades it, as well as Sword Boomerang is a great way to get damage out in a strength-based deck. Lame. That said, being on lower HP here is actually pretty good for us. Prevents the enemy from attacking for a ridiculous amount on turn 2. Hopefully we get spot weakness on the right turn here, though. Good. We do ultimately need some defense in this deck. So I'm starting to realize at this point, really? Spot weakness, really? Uh, 48. It will deal 32 unblocked. That's fine. 10 by 4. I mean, I definitely need to play the defend, right? And I can't kill the enemy with spot weakness this turn because this goes to 11 4 times, and 11 4 times with vulnerability is 16 4 times. 16 4 times is 64 total, so that's not lethal. Alright, good. Whew. Only just ended up with lethal this turn. Alright, Hexaghost goes down. Moorbank, upon whenever you climb a floor, gain 12 gold. No longer works when you spend any gold at the shop. Massacre, it's only a finisher. We can't do that. And there's not that much AoE that we have to care about. True Grit to burn out strikes is a good one, though. get the enemy vulnerable. That's basically the best hand I could have drawn there. I'm going to True Grit the Ascendant's Vein rather than the defend, because I actually do want as many defends as I possibly can get in this deck. It's really important to me. I'm going to use the Power Potion this turn, looking for... No, I don't find it. Damn. Obviously, what I was looking for there was Barricade, so that I could keep someone at defense. Because I can put the enemy on the ground pretty easily. So 21, 21. Alright, don't you transform halfway through hitting me? 21, 21. So you hit me, and then go down to the ground. Nope, you still kill me. Fair enough. I was going to have difficulty with that fight just because defending before I attack is really, really difficult with that deck at that point. So it was fine taking that risk rather than playing safe that turn. Because ultimately we were going to have that same problem just a couple turns down the line. This is complete garbage. Nothing here does anything for me. Take Finesse, nothing does anything. Okay, I just have to leave this shop and hope there's a better next shop. Shuffle 5 random attacks into your draw pile. They cost 0 this combat, as well as Quantum Egg. Whenever a card is created during combat, it's upgraded. I mean, it's not great, but okay, I'll take it. Grinning Jaw, obtain a skill that... Ooh, add 2 random colorless cards to your hand. Sure, those will also be upgraded. Grinning Jaw, obtain a skill that draws 2 cards. Obtain a digital copy for every other 12 cards added into your deck. We always just take that, right? They both get upgraded when added to our deck. And then we remove another strike. Metamorphosis is going to be interesting. Could be good, could be garbage. I could take True Grit here probably as well. 2 copies of True Grit nonetheless. Alright. Jack of all trades makes ultimate defense. Okay. It's fine. Metamorphosis gets us Run Through, Anger, Fiendfire, and Bludgeon. Some of those are pretty good pickups. Bludgeon in particular comes to mind. That's a good kill right there. Bottled Snecko. Upon pickup, you may choose a card. It gains Snecko. If you do not choose a card, you may choose one at a later rest site as a free action. I could make Metamorphosis Snecko. Glad that didn't instantly select. Spot Weakness? It is still difficult to turn down Spot Weakness, even in this kind of a deck. Really? Good pickups. Good instincts. Guess I Brewmaster and defend. Ouch. Guess I'm hoping to just Brewmaster ridiculously overall. That's touch, and then I guess just True Grit out Clash using a Rampage. I guess I'll True Grit out everything that isn't a Rampage, ultimately, from this deck. It's Clothesline before we Grinning Jaw. It's possible we draw the same Clothesline back. The reason to do that. Doom Potion? What combat am I going to be in for 10 turns? That doesn't seem that likely. That's a good lethal that turn though. Paper Frog, enemies with vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50, and do I take Metallicize at this point? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Ugh, Hexaghost, really? Spot weakness in the opening hand again, eh? Eh? There also go most of our defensive cards. Go Speed Potion with the Finesse, defend, and Single Strike. I mean, that saves me 15 HP there. It's pretty damn potent. Metamorphosis costing as much as it possibly can is obviously the downside of using Quantum Egg. Not Quantum Egg, sorry, of using... Exhaust all of those. Got pretty good cards from it. But obviously the downside of Sneckoing it is the fact that it can now cost 3. Whereas before the maximum it could have cost was 2. But it can also instead... Limb from Limb's really good here. One sec while I figure this out. Give me a second. Yeah. It can also instead cost 0 or 1. It's twice as likely to be cheaper than it is to be expensive. I'm gonna double tap the bash here, literally just to keep the enemy vulnerable forever. I say forever, it's just gonna be effectively forever because the combat will be over by the time I need to care about the difference between those. Singing Bowl. When adding cards to your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead, and more than happy to do that here. So let's get our first boss relic. Whenever you open a non-boss chest, these are all boss chests, so Cursed Key is always just a pickup. Barricade? Awakened One Ritual doesn't seem like a good idea. We don't have enough ability to curate our deck to get that to be a good idea. Mystery Machine, the boot, Frozen Eye, yeah. Barricade looks like it's the best, but also I shouldn't be defending enough to use Barricade ever. I may just want a card remove. Definitely I want a card remove, I know that much. But it may just be card remove True Grit. Maybe if I take the True Grit, I do take Awakened One's Ritual and I just burn everything that's not a ritual component. With my 3 True Grits and 2 Grinning Jars to draw into extra cards. Yeah, right. Alright, I've talked myself into it. I'm comfy with that. Really like that extra turn of vulnerability if I can get it. All of those get pre-upgraded, and their pre-upgraded version does nothing differently. Bludgeon, Fiendfire, Heavy Blade, Uppercut, Uppercut. Great haul there. Absolutely incredible. Gains 6 block and 6 shielding for each energy this costs. Well... Unfortunately, because it was generated into my hand rather than drawn, it didn't have a cost. So it did nothing. So we're going to be playing a lot of cards per turn. Fiendfire is also pretty good for burning out cards from my deck that aren't our win condition. That said, I would find it absolutely remarkable if I were reliably getting my ritual components off here. Oh, Impervious. Neat. Great turn to find that. Yeah, well, this one's not going to be enough. Oh, is it? Never mind, it is. Sweet. Well, it's not going to be enough for the the ritual components to come together in particular. Well, I don't want to add cards to this deck at all. I literally just want to cut cards at this point. I'm going to leave Shield in the deck to reshuffle itself, see if that helps. I will play Magnetism, though. Generates me a colorless card every single turn. Metamorphosis being stolen from me is pretty bad. Need to kill the orb in the backline as quickly as possible. I also need Metamorphosis to go back into my deck and reshuffle, otherwise it's not even good for me. Continue cycling. There's Metamorphosis. Well, I mean, actually, it costs 0 right now, right? Yeah, so I don't have to worry about that being bad for me. Although now the rest of my deck is basically attacks. Almost exclusively. Guess I guess I don't Leading Strike. Yeah, I Leading Strike the Bash here. Bash costs less. I think I Sever Soul at the very end of the turn to hit the back. Ooh, actually no, Necrogeddon hits the back line. Well, the back line, the front line. I can't play Sever Soul this turn if I want to keep Shield. I'm afraid I never Sever Soul, so I burn it. Strike. See, Magnetism, at the start of your turn, add a random colorless card to your hand. There's a couple colorless cards included by Replay the Spire that have this effect. Snecko, when drawn, this card randomizes its cost. This card does nothing until I get that randomized cost. Like, it does 0 for 13, I think? I think that's correct. Shielding is really good to hear, though. Savior. And then I'll strike and see if that actually does anything. Hang on, let's trigger it first. Not enough energy, so I can't even cast it on 0, rather. Don't need any more on my spot weakness, thank you, at this point. There we go. It's just murder you. Anchor, started combat with 10 block. Neat. Feel no pain. How many cards do I even exhaust? Yeah, unless I have Metamorphosis or something like that, not that many cards. Well, unless Metamorphosis resolves in a certain way, I mean. Not that many cards. Ooh. Okay, we're definitely Metamorphosing here. Pretty good pickups. Sadistic Nature, Panic Button. I could Panic Button this turn. And undoubtedly, I am very tempted to. But then I don't get to block next turn at all. I'm not going to block next turn at all. This defends me for 21 this turn at the cost of not being able to defend for 21 next turn. I mean... 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Yikes. Limb from Limb. Not having spot weakness or vulnerability before I cast Limb from Limb is real dangerous. Oh, I could have cast Limb from Limb on the back line. Damn it. It's the obvious play there. That's my bad. And I should have drawn the spot weakness before I even continued that turn. Wow, that was mishandled. Woo! Bad turns. We're not well defended by this deck anyway. Oh, phew. So we would have been 2 cards deeper into our deck if we had played the Limb from Limb at the right time, or rather on the right target. But we were still not going to be able to defend well enough in that combat to win. Deck just had a lot of offense, not much defense. 4 random attacks from your draw pile into your hand, as well as fire breathing. I mean, I could try and do a Mimic deck, which is fire breathing, violence, and then a bunch of 0-cost attacks. But that will lose. Fine. Like, it will lose, but it'll be interesting while it does so, I guess. Metamorphosis is actually a way to get a bunch of low-cost attacks. Then I remove a defend. It's fine. The only thing here I really wouldn't want to do is trip. So it's... I'm gonna violence, strike, defend, clash, reckless charge? Sure. This whole deck is a dumb idea. Do not get me wrong, I'm well aware. The idea is somehow that I use Metamorphosis and Violence to play a ridiculous amount of attacks in the same turn. And with that, I do a bunch of ridiculous damage. Yeah, this was never going to work. I don't know what I was trying to get going here. Fire breathing. Ugh. Even this upgraded fire breathing ain't that great. All right, let's just mulligan this run, go for another one. That was a dumb meme idea. I shouldn't have done that. That's okay. It's worth trying them, because occasionally they work out. I don't have 3 rest sides, so Girya is actually pretty bad for us. Exhume doesn't exhume anything good right now. There's not that many great kunai decks with the Ironclad. I'm worried that none of this is good for a cohesive build yet. Maybe I just take Inflame. Wow. Alright. Now I guess I just remove a strike and move to the next store and hope something better is there. Heavy Blade, Anger, Finesse. Wax Seal? Relics in shops cost 20% less? Okay. I'll take that. Every time you shuffle your draw pile, that card is placed on top. If we had a Limit Break and a Bottled Geyser, we could actually go off right now. I'll take the Clockwork Souvenir, the Heavy Blade, Leading Strike. Do I take Anger still? Just as a damage dealing mechanism with Inflame. I think I'll take the free Intimidate here. Flex is really good as well, because that's extra strength with the Clockwork Souvenir. Block on turn 1. Again, how important is that to us? Not really, right? We just want Limit Break right now, effectively. Take Anger. We don't get Limit Break, alright. We should probably just card remove and leave then. This should get us through the first bosses, but it's going to have a lot of difficulty thereafter. Really? 1 damage short of putting the enemy on the ground there. Good. Alright, let's throw out one more anger. Really don't want to take too much damage this turn if I can avoid it. Sure. Getting Heavy Blade this turn is a good pickup at least. Great pickup. I could try and go for the kill. Yeah, this is way, way better. Saves me a lot more HP. Tori, whenever you receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, specifically unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. It's important to emphasize unblocked attack damage just because... Should I have taken the Phantom Shield there? I think I maybe should have. Just because the conditionals oftentimes get forgotten about. Just going to burn the Intimidate out of the deck here. Want to get back to the Heavy Blade as quickly as possible. Skill Potion for Offering. Good. Yeah, Heavy Raid Strike is lethal here. But ouch. Those return hits. Not too pleasing. Here I only take 1 damage though. Thank you, Tori. Tori also kicked in last turn as well because the enemies attacked back to front here for some reason. Snack Pack. Every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 2 HP, as well as Flame Barrier is good in the late game. Especially against, I mean, not only this boss, but yes, this boss. Don't draw the Flame Barrier. Sweet. Not only against this boss, but specifically against the final boss of the entire run, the Heart. Can deal a pretty significant amount of damage there. Yeah, I can't leave either of those cards underplayed there. Underplayed, unplayed. I mean, to not play them would be to underplay them as well, because they need to be played, so. I'm not going to argue I was correct, but in retrospect, that case could be made. Despite the fact that I was definitely wrong and said the wrong words. Mercury Hourglass. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies, as well as Havoc, Abandon, Strike from Hell. No, thank you. Extra energy is really important. Got to take the Sozu here. Come on, Reaper. Ooh. Well, extra strength from Vajra is good, so we'll take that. Well, Wax Seal means that I take the Omamori and then use Wax Seal twice here. The big problem we're currently running into is we've got a limit to our strength right now, so we don't have Spot Weakness, we don't have Demon Form, we don't have Limit Break, we don't have more copies of Inflame, we don't have anything along those lines that we're desperately looking for at this point in time. So what can I find? Well, all of the cards being upgraded from a shop pack is pretty good. So let's go check our shop pack. Ultimate Defense, we can play that. Potions, obviously, we can't get. Sozu, right? So, Zoo. Let's skip that for the moment. Strike is a multi-hit. Panacea is pretty good, though, as well. Gets us more from our flex. Shields. Okay, I think I want Ultimate Defense. Maybe Panacea there. Definitely Shield here. It's just Panacea or Strike. Panacea, I need the extra strength. And if I don't rest here, I'm dead, right? There's also very little upgrading in the deck that I actually want to do. Should we actually leave Intimidate for another turn? Or do we want to burn it out of the deck right now? Leave it. We're not going to be able to well defend against the later turns from the Bronze Automatons, so we should probably already be pretty scared. Shielding, alright. I'm going to want shield to hit pretty hard. Ugh, that's not good. Maybe I cycle it back through, try and get it on a different turn. Yeah. I need that temporary HP to protect me against the worst impulses of this bronze automaton right now. Yeah, that's not great. I wouldn't have gotten any shielding had I played it last time it turned up, so don't worry. Lost an additional 8 shielding for each energy this costs. Alright, well, we get nothing from it this turn. See? Just gives us the block. That said, the enemy should be down very soon, and I desperately needed it that turn, so no real complaining there. As much as I'd like to. Calipers, at the start of your turn, lose 15 block rather than all of it. This was Demonic Infusion. It's also Sword Boomerang for a delivery of damage. I think we take the Sword Boomerang. Demonic Infusion would have been good earlier, but I can't really take a turn off of attacking and defending right now, otherwise I'd lose. Well, we might have even already lost this turn. No, we got Flame Barrier. Good pickup. Do I want more Angers in the deck at this point? Yeah. If I don't put him there, I end up just losing in the long run. Ultimate Defense. I have to save Ultimate Defense for a turn where the enemy is attacking, because if I waste that intangibility, I just lose. Ugh, really? It's so many hands away that I get back to Ultimate Defense. I actually have to cast it now. I desperately didn't want to, but it just turned up in my next hand, unfortunately. Yeah, there goes all of my artifacts, so now we're not going to gain more strength. We've only got 6 shielding as well. Ugh. Yeah, the rest of this deck isn't going to be good enough. Extremely high cost shield. Good. Very good. If anything's going to save me, that's going to be part of it. Actually managed to take no damage that turn, which I didn't think was possible. There goes the champ. All right. That worked out a lot better. Pantograph at the start of boss combat, heal for 25 HP. I've always thought that is going to be the most ridiculous relic that you could possibly get here, and now we have it. Because every combat is the start of a boss combat. Prevent all incoming damage that turn. Oh, yeah. Very blessed pickup. All right, 16, 28. I mean, literally, we just kill one of the frontliner targets with it. I did want to get as much shielding as possible while it was available. The enemy now tries to debuff me, but 3 of those debuffs get negated. Well, all 3 of those debuffs get negated. Oh god, I really wanted to flex this turn. Well, I still got flex next turn. The extra strength. Get to keep it with me nonetheless. Oh, beautiful. I mean, at this point, we are literally just a Reaper or Limit Break away from winning. Golden Egg does nothing in this mode. Twin Strike is good just as a double hit, but I don't think I add it to the deck. I think defense is our problem right now. Ooze armor. Gain energy at the start of each turn. No. Obviously, it's Coffee Dripper. Gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer rest at rest sites. Whatever. I heal for 25 whenever I enter boss rooms. Second Heavy Blade is really good. Orange Pellets. Whenever you play a power, attack, and skill in the same turn, remove all your debuffs. We have literally 2 powers in the entire deck, and we don't play any attacks on the same turn as we play Ultimate Defense. So, probably not super into that. It also purges debuffs, and we purge debuffs from the other end by just gaining artifact before we get the debuffs. Blind, just to have something in our deck that consistently weakens enemies, I think is a good idea. We could even go Flex, Battle Trance, Heavy Blade, Blind. In fact, I think we do. And Double Tap. Ginger, you can only become weakened. Also seems like a really good pickup for us. And if I could pick up potions at this point, I would, but I can't, so I won't. I'll instead just take a Shrug It Off for defense. Now here, I definitely want to go for an upgrade on Bash. Move into the next space and heal back up to full. Pantograph is so broken in this mode. Really, really, really powerful. I've been trying to manifest it into existence for such a long time now. All right. All right, this is just giant shields. Guess I'll also double defend after that. I was hoping to kill the cultist up front myself. That would have been really nice if the cultist was dead now. Ouch. Well, did all of that have to happen on the turns it happened on? Thank you, Ultimate Defense, for finally turning up. That could have been a lot better. Oh, yikes. Let's double tap the bash and then the sword boomerang. This will just kill the enemy. Alright, 46 incoming. Ugh. Yikes. There's definitely not enough defense in this deck at this point. Double tap the Heavy Blade for the win, but we double tap the Anger first. And the Strike, and then we flex, and then Heavy Blade. I just want to play as many attacks as possible to try and heal off of the snack pack there. On Death's Touch, Pummel is really good for us. Bottled Flame. What attack do I actually want in my opening hand? In these upcoming fights, I don't want attacks in my opening hand, so I actually skip that relic. Alright. Panacea, double tap a bash. Then double tap Pummel. And Sword Boomerang, sure. That's the best I can do, that's the best I can do. Blind, Inflame, Defend. Now we're dead. Rip boss. Yep. Limit Break or Reaper or Demon Form or just some way to gain more strength over time would have been incredible for that deck. We did have the Calipers and there was an Entrench in the last pick, but we didn't have enough defense in that deck to really try and use Calipers as a perma defense. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you, well, next time.